Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to decipher the secrets hidden within corporate filings. And folks, Janux Therapeutics has some interesting news that might just be a game changer in the fight against cancer. Before we dive in, if you enjoy cutting through the jargon to get to the real story behind public companies, make sure you are subscribed, and hey, we've also got a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we go even deeper on these topics. So, what is cooking with Janux Therapeutics Incorporated? Well, it looks like January 2026 marked a pretty significant moment for them. They've inked a deal, a pretty big one, with a major player in the pharmaceutical world, Bristol Myers Squibb Company, or BMS as they're more commonly known. This isn't just any partnership. Janux has granted BMS the keys to develop and sell a special kind of cancer-fighting drug. This drug is designed to target a very specific solid tumor antigen, which means it could be useful for a range of cancers. It is like handing over a promising blueprint to a construction giant to build a skyscraper. What does this exclusive license really mean? Basically, Janux is giving BMS the sole right to work with this particular therapy targeting this specific cancer antigen. This means Janux agrees not to pursue this avenue with anyone else, but in return they get compensated. It is a way to focus resources and expertise on bringing this treatment to patients as quickly and effectively as possible. Think of it as giving one chef exclusive rights to a unique recipe for a world-famous dish. Now, let's talk about who is doing what. Janux is taking the lead on the early stages, the preclinical research, getting it ready to be tested in humans, the kind of stuff that happens before it even gets to the doctor's office. But once it is time for more advanced testing and ultimately selling it, BMS steps in. They will be in charge of development, manufacturing, and getting it out there to the public. However, Janux will still play a role in supplying the drug for early clinical trials, ensuring a smooth handover. BMS is committed to trying their best to get at least one of these drugs approved and available in the United States, which is a big promise. Here's where it gets really interesting. The money part, BMS is cutting Janux a check for $15 million right off the bat just for signing this deal. But that is just the appetizer. If Janux hits certain performance goals, like successful development milestones and reaching specific sales targets, they could receive up to a staggering $785 million more. That is a huge potential payday, with a significant $35 million tied to a near-term goal, which means they could see a big chunk of that cash relatively soon. On top of all that, Janux will also get a piece of the pie from ongoing sales through royalty payments. These royalties will be a percentage of the net sales, and they can range from quite good high single digits to very good low double digits. This royalty structure is applied to each drug individually and in each country, starting from the first sale and continuing for a decent period, usually until the patent protection runs out or regulatory exclusivity expires. This agreement is set to last as long as the drugs are being sold and generating royalties. Both sides can end the deal if the other messes up significantly or faces bankruptcy. BMS also has the option to walk away if there are safety concerns with the drug or just because they decide to. Janux, on the other hand, can pull the plug if BMS basically stops working on the program. And, of course, if the deal does end, all the rights and licenses go back to Janux. Now, Janux, like most companies, includes what they call forward-looking statements. This is basically their way of saying this is what we hope will happen, but things could change. They're flagging potential risks and uncertainties. They talk about the hope that promising early research will translate into successful human treatments, the challenges of getting approval from regulators, and the fact that they rely on others like BMS to get their drugs to market. A big part of their future success and the realization of those huge milestone payments depends on their collaborators. It is a common disclaimer to manage expectations and protect themselves if things don't go exactly as planned. To spread the word about this big news, Janux issued a press release on the 22nd of January 2026. This is what they call Regulation FD disclosure, meaning they are sharing important information with everyone at the same time, rather than just a select few. This press release is included as an exhibit with this filing. Think of it as the official announcement, laying out the key details of the collaboration agreement for the public to see. And finally, the filing lists out all the supporting documents. This includes the press release we just talked about and some technical documents for electronic filing. This section mostly confirms what is attached to the report, like a table of contents for all the official paperwork. Now, looking at this deal from a 30,000-foot view, Janux Therapeutics has just made a very smart move in my opinion. They've partnered with a heavyweight Bristol Myers Squibb, which not only provides substantial upfront cash and massive potential milestone payments, but also validates their technology. Getting $15 million upfront is great. but the real prize is the potential for over $785 million in milestones and ongoing royalties. This injects a serious amount of capital into Janux, allowing them to continue developing other promising therapies in their pipeline. The risk, of course, is that the drug doesn't pan out. Janux has given up exclusive rights to a potentially very lucrative therapy, and if BMS fails to develop it successfully, Janux misses out on those big payments. However, they've mitigated this by retaining rights to other parts of their technology and by getting immediate cash Bristol. Myers Squibb is a company with a long track record in oncology, so the chances of them being able to shepherd this through development are pretty good, which should give Janux investors some comfort. The key takeaway here is that this deal signals Janux's strength in discovering novel cancer therapeutics. They've proven they can generate promising assets and strike deals with major pharmaceutical companies. The company's direction seems to be focused on innovation and strategic partnerships, which is a solid strategy in the highly competitive biotech space. The opportunity is clear. A potentially groundbreaking cancer therapy partnered with a company that has the resources to bring it to patients worldwide. The risks are inherent in drug development, but the structure of this deal appears to benefit Janux significantly, providing runway for future innovation. Alright, that is our deep dive into Janux Therapeutics' latest filing. What is your take on this collaboration with Bristol Myers Squibb? Do you think this is a win for Janux and for cancer patients? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, please hit that like button, it really helps us out, and subscribe for more corporate decoded breakdowns. And don't forget to join our Discord community through the link in the description for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.